been good at baseball for the past decade. And now the rumors start flying. I think they've been around, but they're kicking up. So we'll show you what Stadium put out there. It's happening. The Angels reportedly fielding offers for Otani, according to JP Morosi, and reportedly not ruling out a deadline deal.
For Artie Moreno, I would love for them to trade him. For the fact that, yes, I understand everyone's like, oh, you're not gonna get as much as you did last year. Last year's gone. Don't make the same mistake twice. I don't think they're gonna trade him. I mean, based on what Artie Moreno says, based on how monies are enjoyable to be in your pocket, they're not going to trade him. But for the return of the greatest player in the history of my life, and it's one of those things that I'm like, you have to get something. You can't get. I think they're in line to get like the 72nd pick in the draft next year for Shohei Ohtani. No, get something. Get something. You have an epic player.
Think the Phillies would pick him up, your squad?
I don't think they have enough to. No, I don't. I don't think they will. I think the Phillies are better shot. The reach for the Phillies, for me, is Paul Goldschmidt. I think the team, and I've been saying it, the Orioles. The Orioles do it. If you hear a rumor about the Orioles doing this trade, I need to get some cash down on the Orioles to win the American League.
Ooh, that's a. I don't know. I don't see him doing it, but I would love it. I would love it.
I would love it too, but hey, believe me, I agree with you. I don't think they're going to do it, but I would love that. That exciting team. We're going to get to it later. The Orioles are going to be on ESPN. Like no better day to announce a trade than the day they go on ESPN. Oh, by the way, whoever it is, Carl Ravitch, is that who does their games?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Eduardo Perez, yeah, they get out there and they go, this just in. Shohei Ohtani is on a flight to Baltimore from Anaheim. I know, Scott.
I'm not shaking my head about Baltimore in general. I'm shaking my head about it happening this Sunday. Way too soon. Way too soon. I also don't think anything changed in the past 24 hours, not to dispute reports, but I think that there's just anticipation that this team is not going anywhere this year. And you have to be out of your mind if you won't entertain offers for someone like this, because otherwise your franchise is screwed for years to come if you're the Angels. Think about it. We had Kevin Franzen on yesterday who covers the Nationals. We don't talk about the Nationals a ton, but we had a good time with him because they traded Juan Soto last year. They offered him $440 million. He said no. Okay? If I'm ownership in a front office at that point, I say, he doesn't want to stay here. I think I offered him the best that I could do. I don't think he's going to get a better offer elsewhere, and I'm good trading him.
Yeah.
They now have set their franchise up for the next 10 years. They made such a massive deal with the Padres to snag a bunch of their prospects, and there are, in my mind, at least 2 stars in that prospect package, I think led by James Wood. I think he's going to be a superstar. So, for the Angels, they could have had that and more last year. Are they going to get the Soto trade in terms of assets this year, prospects? Maybe close to it.
Why
just
not?
Because it's less of a run, right? You only get them for 3 months versus the extra years last year with the Padres. The Padres get 2.5 years of Soto.
Yeah.
You're only getting 3 months of Shohei Ohtani. But if you can get something close to that, you can set your franchise up for the next X amount of years. And the Angels haven't been good in forever.
Without a doubt. And I think when we talked about this earlier remember we talked about pitchers. And you said, remember, Eric, you said Stroman's going to get the kit and caboodle if you trade for him. Now, I only see Shohei getting the kit and caboodle. I know it's 3 months. He's a superstar. You want to wine and dine him. He's the guy. And if the Yankees do pick him up and all of a sudden they explode and get back into the division and get back into a wild card or whatever, and they do well, I could see him going to the Yankees for a long time after that.
This is the recruiting pitch, right?
You're getting 2 players. You're getting.
Yeah.
I know you keep saying, you're not getting that much. The name of the game is how much do you get out of Shohei Ohtani? Because if you are not re-signing him, what are you getting out of him? And you're not going to get a Juan Soto type of haul for him as a hitter, but for him as a pitcher and a hitter together, you have to pay more. There's no it's not like one is inhibiting the other. He can do both. You're not taking him out of left field to pitch. So you need a left fielder to replace him. He's DHing. He is I think the Yankees, I think the Yankees need to trade for him. I think the Dodgers are going to make a strong push.
Mm-hmm.
Probably part of the reason that they've been calling some of these out of necessity, yes, but some of these young pitchers up. Now all of a sudden you're trading a Bobby Miller, you're trading a Grove. I forget what his first name is.
Michael,
You're all of a sudden
Michael,
trading these guys that have a little bit of big league time because they want some big league assets in advance. But also before all this, I want to be in the room when they say, okay, Shohei, we're going to offer you $550 million. And the Angels are going to be going, I hope he doesn't take it. I really don't want to pay $550 million for anybody. But I want to be in the room to hear that.
And I'll leave it at this. I'm a big believer in guys that have been here before, whether it's Shohei, whoever. I'm not a big believer in prospects, even though they could develop and be the best. I'm a big believer guys have been there before. Not even necessarily Shohei, but a guy's been here before and has put up the numbers. That's the guy I want. I'm willing to give up some prospects just so I can get a big dog in return and know what I'm getting. I don't know what I'm getting with a prospect yet.
let's show Buster Olney's tweet as well, because some of the insiders are beginning to pile on and agree that this is the time. Buster said the Yankees are potentially, quote, the most motivated to go after Otani if he's made available by the Angels. Most motivated. So does that mean they would give up the largest prospect haul? I happen to think there are at least 10 to 12 teams that I could come up with that would be heavily motivated. Now, maybe the larger market teams are more motivated because, like you said, they can actually keep him. If Baltimore trades for him, if Cincinnati trades for him, and I can come up with probably Tampa Bay, those teams are not keeping him. They're not going to play in the 500 plus mil territory. So if they're making a deal, it's because they think they can win right now. Let's have a ride. Let's have a time. Let's live like there's no tomorrow for one of those teams. But the big market teams can say, let's bring him in. Let's introduce him to our squad, our system. We'll open up restaurants for him. We'll name burgers after him. We'll have all of the teammates just treat him like gold, and he'll want to stay.
What happens if he wants a number that's already been retired?
Oh.
No,
we watched 2 weeks ago show, and that video actually had a lot of pop.
So he's not going to the Mets then.
He's going to the Mets.
He doesn't even care apparently about his numbers.
Are they going to fire Keith or what?
Yeah, I was just going to say they just got an opening. Todd Frazier now the new color analyst.
No, this is what happens. At worst case, you give him a little dough. Keith would be fine with that. Hey,
no, don't do that to Keith. No,
don't do
Keith
that.
Would be down? No.
Yeah, well, of course. Who wouldn't? But that just makes it seem like you're begging down to his knees. I don't like that.
Don't pander to him. Don't pander to Keith Hernandez with a Rolex, with a trashy $7,000 Rolex. No.
Well, it's just like teammates, right? When you go to a team, current team, if you want a number, you say, hey, what does it take for me to get that number?
That's a teammate, though. He's not a teammate. He was back in the day. He's not.
So if you're the owner of the Mets, you just say, hey, Keith, we're taking your number away.
Yes.
We love you.
Thank you. Hang up.
See,
right, Eric?
It is. I mean, it's mic drop. That man doesn't play. You need to make sure that man knows he does not play anymore. This man is going to come and help our team. Thank you very much, Keith. You can keep your job. We've talked to you respectfully about it, but if you're not going to give it up, we're going to take it. Sorry.
And the buffet is open for you all year round.
We'll get you some lobster tails.
So let me bring this up.
Scrimp.
Lastly, best trade deadline ever if Otani gets moved? Yes or no?
I don't know if it's the best trade on.
Come on, it's the top player, one of the top players of all time.
It's only one trade.
Moved.
It's one trade.
I know there'll be other moves, but I'm saying if we're talking about this for the next few weeks, it's one of the best trade deadlines ever.
Ever? How?
Yes.
Maybe one of the best trades.
In
the sense of
make it one of the best
exciting, but not the whole trade deadline. 2021, when they were just, I mean, it was like if your team was not within 4 games, they were sending you somewhere. It was crazy. That was wild.
Imagine if Babe Ruth was getting talked about at the trade deadline. Even if it's just him, you'd be like, "This is the best trade deadline ever."
No.
This is the modern Babe Ruth.
Imagine Babe Ruth had Twitter or Instagram.
He would be in a lot of trouble.
He would be suspended.
There would be a lot of late night tweets from
That'd be
him
awesome.
that he would
We'd
not
have to
remember.
do the show at like 4 a.m.
This just in.
The Babe says he can only do it at 4.
We'll keep you posted on what goes on here, obviously. Visit cookiepopcandypop.com. It's on the desk right here, but also enter code FOULBALL for 20% off on the website. And also, thanks to Borgata for hosting us today. You can earn up to 20 times slot dollar multipliers every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday through the month of August. Visit theborgata.com for details. We have our poll, and the question is, for Ohtani, where will he end up? Dodgers, Giants, Yankees, Braves.